Why would someone risk everything to fake their way into a high-stakes deal? Ho Eng Wen strutted into the dusty auction lot that humid July morning, her chin high, her crimson coat screaming confidence. She called herself a historian, flashing a forged degree from some obscure university no one bothered to verify. Her goal? Snag a rare 18th-century Vietnamese vase rumored to be worth $200,000. The crowd of seasoned bidders eyed her warily, sensing something off, but Hoa's polished spiel about ancient dynasties silenced their doubts. She was convincing too convincing. Yet beneath her charm, a storm was brewing, one she'd unleashed herself. Hoa's plan wasn't new. For months, she'd scoured small-town auctions, posing as an expert to lowball sellers on antiques. She'd flipped them online for triple the price, pocketing tidy profits. Her secret weapon was charisma, paired with just enough jargon to fool amateurs. But this auction was different. The vase was a prize, guarded by a tight-knit community of collectors who sniffed out frauds like bloodhounds. Hoa didn't know it, but her lies were about to unravel spectacularly. The truth? She wasn't a historian. She'd barely graduated high school, her expertise cobbled together from YouTube videos and thrift store books. The auctioneer, a grizzled man named Carl, started the bidding at $50,000. Hoa's hand shot up, her voice steady. 75, she called, drawing gasps. The crowd murmured. Who was this woman? Her bids climbed, reckless, fueled by visions of a six-figure resale. At $120,000, she faced off with an elderly bidder, Mr. Tran, a retired museum curator with a quiet intensity. Tran's bids were cautious, but Hoa bulldozed through, shouting $150,000. The crowd fell silent. Carl's gavel hovered, ready to seal her victory. But then a voice cut through the tension. Stop! It was Lynn, a young woman in overalls, stepping from the crowd. Lynn wasn't a bidder, she was Carl's assistant, usually unnoticed, logging inventory in the back. But today, she held a folder, her hands trembling. I checked the vase's provenance, Lynn said, her voice rising. It's a fake. Modern clay, cheap glaze, made in a factory last year. The crowd erupted. Hoa's face froze, her confident smirk cracking. Lynn wasn't done. And her credentials? I called the university. They've never heard of her. Whispers turned to jeers. Hoa's scam was exposed, but the real twist was yet to come. Hoa's first instinct was to run, but pride or panic kept her rooted. This is slander, she shrieked, pointing at Lynn. I'm a scholar. That vase is real. Her voice cracked, desperate. The crowd wasn't buying it. Mr. Tran stepped forward, his calm demeanor slicing through her hysteria. I suspected as much, he said, holding up his phone. I had the vase tested last week. Carbon dating doesn't lie. Hoa's eyes darted, searching for an escape. Then, in a reckless surge of defiance, she grabbed the vase from the display table and hurled it to the ground. Shards exploded across the dirt, glinting under the gray sky. The crowd gasped, some laughing, others filming. But the drama wasn't over. Carl, now furious, revealed the final blow. You think you're the only scammer here? Hoa, he growled. The vase, he explained, was Biden-known fake planted by the auction house to catch frauds like her. They'd suspected her for weeks, tracking her bids across counties. Lynn's research was no accident. It was a trap. Hoa's $150,000 bid. She'd wired a deposit to secure her spot, money she'd borrowed from shady lenders. Now it was gone, swallowed by the auction's fine print. No refunds on fraudulent bids. The crowd roared with laughter as Hoa's world crumbled. Hoa staggered back, her coat now streaked with dust. Her screams of protest were drowned by jeers. You can't do this, she wailed, but no one listened. Lynn, still clutching her folder, watched quietly, her face a mix of triumph and pity. Mr. Tran shook his head, muttering about respect for history. The bidders dispersed, their chatter a mix of shock and amusement. Hoa was left alone, surrounded by the wreckage of her lies, broken clay, broken dreams. She'd come for a fortune and left with nothing but humiliation. As the sun dipped low, Lynn stayed behind, sweeping the lot. Carl approached, handing her a small bonus. "You did good, kid," he said. Lynn nodded, but her eyes lingered on the horizon where HOA had vanished. She wondered what drove someone to such lengths, risking everything for a lie. The auction lot, now quiet, held a lesson. Truth always catches up. Hoa's scam wasn't just a failure, it was a warning. Greed and deceit might open doors, but they never last. What would you have done in Lynn's shoes? Was exposing HOA justice, or was there another way? Share your thoughts. Where do you draw the line between right and wrong?